Hi team, Richard Greer here, CP Coach. We're about to head over Goat Pass, up the Deception River, down the Minga, and today I'm going to basically show you a few of my lines, where I go, to give you a bit of an understanding about what the Minga Deception is about, give you a bit of a help around some of your navigation, but the key thing is it's about how you do it. One thing I do not want to see is I do not want to see people say, go left of this rock and write it down on their arm to say this is what we need to do. This run is an adventure. It's a place to go and explore, have some fun, and if you're doing that, you're probably going well. But there are a couple of key things that will help you make your decisions while you're up there, so you can decide on whether it's the right way to go or whether maybe I should go around this way. But it's more the decision-making process that helps you to figure that out rather than go this way, this way, this way. Let's get into it. But having said that, as you're dropping and cross the river for the first time, you want to hang a left and head across to these big trees, which you'll pick up a fantastic trail, which is really good running for the next K or so. It'll spit you out up the river and you'll line up for your second river crossing of the day. After this, you want to pick up the big orange signs through the middle of the riverbed and head towards the first right-hand corner of the Deception as you head into the mountains proper. The other key thing I want to say today is there's people out there that are a lot more qualified than me to take you through the mountain run. I've been doing this for more than 25 years now. Some great company that do the guiding. There's also people that spend their whole summer up here as well. Again, this year, this is my second time over Goat Pass. This is using my kind of local knowledge plus what I've seen and what I'm looking for through the run as well. So don't take this as the be all and end all and this is what's happening. Get a bit of a feel for how you're doing it yourself. So if you're going to fast away, fill your boots, well done. The first thing I'm going to tell you about running up Goat Pass is where you're looking. So you should be looking down, yes, because you want to know what's coming up. But you also want to glance up, but you cannot run while looking up the whole time. That's ridiculous. So you're looking at your feet and you're glancing up to get an idea of your route choice. Part of that, you're not just following the people in front of you. So looking down, looking up, check out those orange signs. Where's everybody else going? Where are the straighter lines? Look down at your feet, look up where you want to go. We'll cross over to the right hand side at the very first corner of Deception. Now we're heading up the right hand side of the river, which leads me to rule 2. Check out where the valley's going, and you can see that it's going around to the right. The right hand side is where I want to stick to at the moment, and because it goes down that way, there's probably a bunch of tracks on the right that we're kind of aiming for now. Right, come out of this little line of trees, right hand side of the river. As you run up the bush edge and keep your eye on the right hand side, there is a secret little track that runs through here, which has got a couple of orange markers that you'll see. This just takes you off the riverbed just for a short while before you spat back out onto the riverbed and carry on your route up Deception River. This corner takes me to my third rule, is don't cross unless you have to. The shorter line would be to cross there to go on the left. But if I don't have to cross that river, that's going to be good for me because that's just going to slow me down. Keep it smooth, keep it rolling. Next tip of the day is to cross where it's easier. You can skip across here nice and wide, a little bit slower moving, rather than trying to get into the big deep holes up there. Some landmarks are quite good as well. I'm coming up to the next particular landmark, which is Sulphur Creek. You can smell it, so keep a nose out on race day. See if you can smell some sulphury Rotorua vibes. That means you get into Sulphur Creek, which means we're about 5 k's in from Deception Footbridge. But no, next tip, when you're running over this big rocky stuff, try and stand on the top of the boulders, on top of the rocks. And take big strides, keep straight, rather than up and down and up and down and up and down all day. Cheers, Steve, enjoy. Sometimes the river can be quite deep and swift through this section, but with an easy crossing and the valley heading up around to the right, it's a good decision to take the rocks, which will then spit us up onto this grassy bank up ahead of us. Definitely a much better line here on the right, isn't it? To find the smoother running, sometimes you have to splash along on the edge of the river to find where the lighter gravel is. before being back on the tracks and then back out onto the riverbed again. Right, next tip, you can see that orange triangle just up above me there, is stay low. Only go up if you have to. But the key reason with my stay low rule is it depends on the river conditions. If the river's high, that's not a good look. But if you can stay low, you're not going to get out of puff as much. Next tip for the day is run the bits you can run. We're actually on a half pie reasonable track for a moment. So do some running and then just get through the rougher stuff in one piece and then run again. Look at this. The other bit with this Deception River, it's deceptively up. You'll think, oh God, I'm puffing heaps. Why am I so unfit? Why is it so hard? But it's actually kind of uphill. So take that into account, listen to your body, and it'll help you to go past in one piece. Right, we're here at Dorian Creek. This is where it starts to get a bit interesting. It's relatively straightforward until here, and then here where there's some zigzagging, and there's often multiple options about where to go. And to be honest, I think I go a different way every time. So let's go and see what today's adventure has in store for us. Right, up at Dorian Creek is where it gets quite steep, proper first hard part of the run really. Dorian Creek means that you've passed another key area to tick you off that you can keep going forward, made those cut-offs, which brings me to my next point as we mission up this hill. It's really important to pace yourself. You don't want to spend all your pennies on this climb. You don't want to spend all your pennies back running up to this point. We want to get to good pass and good shape so we can give it heaps on the down. So remember that when maybe some people are passing you, maybe your tongue's hanging out. It's about being able to run the bits you can run. And there are bits you can run. They might be small, but you need to keep trying. The key thing here is the intent to move quickly, to keep picking up your feet and keeping on moving forward with purpose. Deception hut just behind me. Trick is now, we don't stay in the riverbed. The reason for that is there's a big slip just up here. There is a track up there that goes quite well some years, but today we're going to stay in the river so we can skirt easily around the bottom of it. There's my hot tip for the day. On race day it may or may not be better, but today I'm going to back myself, which comes to the next tip for the day. Whatever decisions you make, you've got to back yourself. Don't backtrack unless it gets dodgy obviously and dangerous. Back your decisions, keep moving forward, and as long as you keep moving forward, you'll be good. As soon as you stop, start going backwards, that's when you're in trouble. Also helps there's a few wet rocks in front of us. Not to say that's definitive, but other people have been here, which is useful. Skirt around the bottom, keep it low. There's hard yards up there. Here now, we go around and follow that ridge line down from the right. That's where Goat Pass is. Does feel like still quite a long way away, but let's keep on marching and we'll get there. Phew! And as we hit the upper Deception, this is where the mountain run really comes into its own. All that training you've been doing, the stepping up, stepping down, sideways, jumping, all that sort of stuff, it becomes really tough on the body. So if you can keep yourself together, keep moving forward, keep looking up the valley, the direction you want to be going, you're going to be having an awesome time through this section. Hopefully cheering a few other people on, sharing the experience, and just having fun out there. That's the rock that you see in all the photos, Jump Rock. But make sure you do look around, it's a pretty amazing spot. A single fan, the rules are stay low, stay low, stay low, stay low. Heaps better. How good. Right, for those who've never been to Goat Pass is that way. There's a big orange sign across the river here, so you're going to come down here on race day. This is going to be marked, so you're not going to have any issues. But if you keep going up that way, I think you're going to be bluffed out in the end. Basically, navigation wise, we stay in the valley the whole way up and the whole way down, but we need to come up through this way and up to Goat Pass. It's a steep little pinch. We'll climb up this riverbed for a little bit and then we'll be to Goat Pass. So if you're unsure, that's the one piece of navigation you need to know. Other than that, you're not going to climb up the side of that. You're not going to climb up the side of that. It's always pretty tough. There's no running to be done here. Keep on moving forward is a key trick. Straight up the guts. Now running over Goat Pass is all about being aware, keeping your head up, checking out different options. The shortcut that I was showing just the other day. So you go to the top of the stairs, turn left, 4 steps early, shortcut, happy day, taking 3 meters off our trip. Just keep an eye out for different little shortcuts, bits and pieces like that, and every little bit adds up to make sure that your smile is even bigger. Yoo-hoo! Main divide, west coast, east coast, the boardwalks. Talked a little bit about pacing yourself today. It's one key thing. You want to get to a spot, you want to go past some legs, some energy to put on you down. If you get up here and you're cooked, you're in a bit of trouble. You want to get up here with some energy in the bank, steady and strong, so you can run this bit. You need to be able to get a wriggle on here, but then also run the flat bits on the way out as well. So it's going to have some fun on the down. Downhill is a key part of running across Goat Pass. Key things with downhill, it's all about confidence. Backing yourself a little bit, but not cooking yourself. We want to get down here in one piece. You can take some bigger strides, that's going to help. If you do faster feet, that's going to help. But it's also about picking lines and trying to make those lines as smooth as you possibly can. But also, if you smile, having fun, you will go faster. So remember that as well. Yoo! Mega berth. It's not a tick. Alright, final push up to Dudley's Knob, which is another checkpoint to tick off. Getting through. Okay, know this, Dudley's Knob is steep. It's short, a few minutes, maybe 5. You'll be up here, you'll be feeling a whole lot better about life. So we're going. Photographer up here. So it's about looking good at the right moment, so if you can, start running before you see them. But also, if you can thank the marshals, if you give them a high five, you give a bit out, you'll get even more back. And when it's looking a bit more type 2 finish, that will help you out to keep on missioning on. Hello. So coming down up Dudley's Knob, I actually find almost harder than the uphill, to be honest. There's some really sketchy stuff down here. So number one rule is to get down one in peace. Don't break yourself, because we've got to actually make it to the finish line. But it depends on your goals. It's a risk and reward number. If you're trying to win it, we'll send it. If you're trying to survive and get to the finish line, just get down in one piece and then run on the bits you can run. That's a wee tip for you. Just come out of the minger. Big shingle fan. Normally I'll head up there, but this is called the double cross. Crossing back behind me, some nice smooth running. Then we're going to cross back underneath this boulder up here, which means you don't have to climb that shingle fan up there. It will go up and over this little hill that's on the right hand side of the river. The double cross. Lock it in. Big orange triangles are your friend. Alright, we're getting to the back end of the mountain run now. You see this ridge line here. Down the bottom of that, there's a wee blip. That's Klondike Corner. You'll be able to see the railway line as well. This is a piece of the trail that you want to be able to do your running on, so you haven't cooked yourself early. If you're battling, a couple of things. Nutrition, how you're going? Posture, cadence, running form. Focus on the things you can focus on to help yourself out, and then little steps, you'll get there. If you've enjoyed this video today, this is the tip of the iceberg. I've been doing content videos like this for over 10 years that are available to all our coached athletes. So if you want to jump on board and learn more, feel free to get involved, get in touch, and let's make sure that you have an awesome coast to coast.